Welcome to the Vanilla To Vixen podcast. This show contains adult content, so if you are under 18 or easily offended, please switch off now. Mr. and Mrs. N are not qualified relationship counsellors. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Now the disclaimer is out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy our journey from Vanilla to Vixen.
Welcome to episode 71 of Vanilla to Vixen. We are your hosts, Mr. and Mrs. N, and we're also known, giggling in the corner, as...
the naughty couple.
Hello, Mrs. N.
You're getting sultrier as the weeks go on, Mr. N.
Well, there you go, you see. It's this wonderful journey of the naughty hobby. That's what it's all about. Right, let's begin. We've got a letter.
Have we?
We've got a very sexy single lady on a little bit later on.
Yeah, we have.
She is our main event.
Oh, I was going to say something then, but it sounds really bad. She's been a few people's main event.
Blimey. She is the most beautiful lady called Fanny Anne 71.
She is.
She's not 71, I hasten to add. She's simply known as Fanny Anne in the naughty hobby, but on Fab Swingers, she's Fanny Anne 71.
She is an incredible, inspirational, ridiculously sexy.
She's a stunner.
I know.
And we've got her on Vanilla to Vixen, the podcast, right today. I can't believe it. And she's a single lady, and she's talking about the naughty hobby and being single.
She is.
So I can't wait to talk to her a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we've had a message from another single person, a single gentleman.
Okay.
And he says, my tastes in porn have become very eccentric due to being single and alone for so long. But I've vowed to change that. And after what I watched last night, I thought to myself, I can't believe I've come to this.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, dear.
You had a couple of weeks where, I think you'd excelled yourself, and now look.
It's all happening. It's all happening. We've got the Christmas period starting off. It's December the 1st.
Yes.
Vegas Vixens, our big Christmas party.
Yes.
To start the holiday season at Liberty Elite. And we cannot wait. Friday, so it's a Friday night. So we've got tickets for a limited number of gentlemen, spaces, I should say. And we've got couples and single ladies spaces.
Yes.
And there's still spaces available. I believe all the accommodation is gone. That's totally booked up.
Yes.
But there are spaces to come to the night if you want to.
Exactly.
If you want to swing your thing.
And you may be lucky enough to meet the fabulous Fanny Anne.
She's going to be there.
She is going to be there.
VVIP.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
I know. It's amazing. It's taken us a year to get her on the podcast.
I know. She might be doing tours
She
as well.
may well be. So if you are a newbie,
you could get a very special tour from Fanny Anne. It's going to be good.
It's a special tour, a bit like a secret handshake.
Oh, I don't know. Do you think she wears one of those funny aprons? I'm not sure. I think we've got the wrong kind of secret society here.
I think so too.
Ah, yes, I can't wait.
And talking of Christmas, Mr. N.
Yes.
We've been busy little bees, haven't we?
Busy little beavers. You've been busying your beaver, Mrs. N. on vanillatoVixen.co.uk.
Yes, so it's all set up for the Christmas holidays.
Yes, the first thing it asks you when you click on vanilla2vixen.co.uk, it says, are you on Santa's good list or on the naughty list?
I know which one I'm on.
Well, you are Mrs. Naughty.
Well, absolutely. Naughty by name.
But there's a lot of things on there, good sort of Christmas gift ideas, toys and lingerie.
Yes.
And I think we've got Tina Von Teese in a couple of weeks coming along to discuss her favourite things, that sort of recommendations for Christmas presents.
Oh, now that's going to be a good one.
It's going to be exciting, isn't it?
As we know what's in Tina Von Teese's handbag, so let alone what she recommends for Christmas.
It's like the TARDIS. It's tiny on the outside, but there's all sorts of things in there.
Yeah, so look out for that one.
It's going to be good. So do you have any recommendations yourself, Mrs. N?
I do. To be honest, I think if you want to be a little bit experimental...
Oh, in the bedroom?
In the bedroom.
Okay.
I can highly recommend the Nexus Ace rechargeable vibrating butt plug.
You are an anal girl.
I am an anal girl.
You do like anal sex.
I
so
do.
What sort of sizes are we talking here?
So they come in small, medium and large.
Right.
Depending on what you feel most comfortable with.
Are they batteries or rechargeable?
It's rechargeable.
So it's internal battery, just rechargeable. Brilliant.
Yeah, and it also comes with a little remote control. So you can...
So your partner can do it?
Yes, can join in.
So, excellent.
Yes. And as we were saying last week on some of the toys that are made out of that really lovely...
Silicone.
Soft silicone.
Yeah.
So they're so comfortable. And it has various speeds and things on it.
Because that's the thing, it's quite rare to find the vibrating butt plugs. You can either find normal butt plugs or a vibrator, but to find it a specialist vibrating butt plug, that's kind of cool.
See, I get asked a lot of questions sometimes, is that can you actually orgasm through anal sex?
Yes.
And I have to be honest, it probably makes me orgasm more.
Stronger.
Yes, a lot stronger. So to get a vibrating butt plug is very, very useful for me.
And as the partner, I can testify to this, you can feel the butt plug if you're in the pussy.
Yes.
So you're both getting something out of it physically.
Exactly. So that's a good one. And the range in price, so the small and medium are both £55.99.
On vanilla2vixen.co.uk.
And the large one is slightly more expensive. It's £65.99.
And that's the Nexus Ace rechargeable butt plug.
Yes.
Excellent.
Fabulous.
Right, on to our main event.
Yay!
And now joining us on the phone all the way from down south is the fabulous Fanny Anne.
Hi, how are you?
Honey!
Here she is.
We have been waiting 12 months to get you on this podcast.
Absolutely. Only the patient ones wait for me.
You see, we teased the listeners a little bit, didn't we, when we did the hotel episode?
Episode 70. Oh, yeah. Was that what? I can't remember. No. Episode. I can't remember which episode that was now.
I can't remember now.
Was it 25? I've got a feeling it was like 25 or something.
Yeah, quite early on.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. So we gave them a little bit of a tease of who Fanny Anne is, and now
we're going to get deep with Fanny Anne.
Most do like to. Or wish to, should I say.
So I think we should kind of share with our lovely listeners how, this all began and this beautiful friendship between us and yourself. And what is still one of the most inspiring things for me is you were a single lady and you decided, you got in your car and you came to a V2V event all on your own. How do you get into that sort of thought process and that amount of courage to go, I'm going for this, I'm doing it?
It's being gung-ho, I suppose. Okay, so early stages, life was very vanilla, completely vanilla, upright, and no horizontal at all. I had been in a situation and my eyes had been open to the sexual delights, really. That vanished and I needed a substitute, so I scrolled through podcasts. I'm a gardener. My bottom is most of the time in the air and my ears are below, and I need something to listen to. And I scrolled through and I came across Vanilla To Vixen.
Wow.
Wow. My eyes, my ears, my bottom, and everything else clenched. And I was full of excitement, full of admiration for those that had that strength, that ability to go and be free with life. Always wanted to, but never the excuse to go and do so.
What changed at that moment? Like you said, you'd never had, the
because you were so welcoming. You were my friends in my ears.
Oh, bless you. And so
yeah.
that is so, because when we do this, as I say, we always say we chat shit.
We do.
Love it. Love it. It was, because you opened your doors, you opened your arms, you opened your voice, you've put yourself out there and welcomed new people into a world of wonderful people. Honestly.
I mean, even that, and that is still a big step from going to just listening to us on the podcast to suddenly making that decision that you're going to drive hundreds of miles on your own to come and attend the event.
It was my birthday. Why not? It was a birthday weekend. I treated myself. I booked a hotel, a different hotel than the norm.
Not the secret hotel, then.
Not the secret hotel. And it was a spa hotel, so that was a little treat.
And may I ask, Fanny Anne, what was going through your mind as you made that very first journey? Because bear in mind, you had no idea what you were walking into. What was going through your mind on that long car journey all the way from down south to the Midlands? What were you thinking?
Shit, what the hell am I doing? How am I doing this? Oh my God, can I go home? No, I booked the hotel. The worst part was booking a taxi driver.
Really?
Yeah. Purely for the fact was, hi, yeah, I'd like to go to Liberty Elite. Oops. And I went, yeah. And he went, okay, yeah, all right. And he was amazing. He was the best taxi driver I could have had. He put me at ease. He knew the place. He was rough and ready. His family goes to Glastonbury to work in the summer. And he was perfect. He was absolutely perfect. And from that moment on, I knew I was okay.
So did you have any idea of what to expect? I mean, we always say, don't we, never go to the club with expectations, just, kind of be a little bit sort of, well, we'll just see how things go.
In the words of Oasis, roll with it.
Roll with it, exactly. So, was it what you expected? Did you have those preconceived ideas that most people have?
You explained it and gave me confidence that I was able to walk in there and go, okay. I used to be an agency chef, so I used to have to walk into big hotels on my own.
Yeah.
And so, to be honest, yeah, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. And I dressed up in something that I thought was a little bit dairy, saucy, but I asked my besties if I looked okay. They said yes. And I walked in and I was meted and greeted by you two. And that was it. It was easy.
Yeah, I remember your outfit. You looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah, people just stopped and with eyes like saucers.
I think if me and Mr. M were totally honest, even though we've now known you for a year, it was like the anniversary, wasn't it? The other week, and I think we're still totally in awe of you and the fact that you still did that and made that journey and came to the club. So what was that night like? Can you remember?
Just about. Meted and greeted by yourselves, and obviously the lovely Foxies.
Yes.
And they were dressed in their doctor and nurse's outfit.
Oh, that was right. Yes.
Yes, that was quite an initiation. So that was it. So it wasn't just a plain entrance say hello, these are the people, and mingle. It was, oh, okay, you're dressed as that. Well, that's different. That's quite saucy. That's quite out there. And Mr. Foxy obviously gave me my tour. Bless him. Thank you. And yeah, it was just it was. I stumbled because I'm trying to remember. It was just one of those. I'd managed to get into the taxi driver. I got dressed. I got taxi, and got to the place. And then what? You're kind of frozen because you've managed to use all of that energy, that excitement, that exhilaration, and then you're left there stumped because what's next? You've done all of that. Or, what's the party piece? Whether a party piece is being guided, shown to a fantastic place, meet some fantastic people, and then go and enjoy your evening.
I mean, we've always said since knowing you that to us, you come across quite a confident person. So on that night, did you feel comfortable to sort of go and talk to complete strangers? I know obviously you met us at the door, but I know we'd had sort of messages anyway, because we knew obviously you were attending and we were looking out for you and everything. But you kind of walked into a place where you didn't really know anybody.
I felt completely at ease, because I knew that if I was feeling a little bit lost or a little bit gobsmacked by the whole process, I knew that I could come to you two and stand there with you two like a bit of a lemming and have a chat. And then I'd be able to regain my confidence to be able to go off and go, I'm me, I can do this, no one's going to bite me, no one's going to hurt me, everyone's safe here, and go and have fun.
Yeah.
Go and have fun. Stop, because I had no perceived sort of intentions of playing. It is just to see what happens. And, I drove all that way. I had a nice weekend at a spa hotel. I got a nice taxi driver, met some nice people, met a different place, a different environment. Well, that's a win.
Yeah.
So how did that evening end for you? So what, obviously, I don't want to delve too deeply unless you really want to tell us, but, how did your night go?
The night was fabulous. Tried the hot tub, the spa area. Didn't quite jump onto the big bed immediately. For those that know me, then yes. So the night was sort of guided, and everyone was very, very very polite, and asked if I wanted to come into the big room. Did I want to go into the jacuzzi? So that was a case of, oh my God, I've got to take off my outdoor clothes. Okay, dressed down, felt confident, and jacuzzi, yeah, I can do this. Then there was a bit of play, and the night was just suddenly drifted away so quickly that it almost vanished.
Time just melts, doesn't it? There,
it was just so much fun. It's just exhilarating, and then to sort of thank everyone and get in a taxi driver and go home. It was like, I want to do it again. I want to do it again because it was so much fun.
So how did you feel when the morning after?
The morning after, it was just like smiling to myself because I knew what I had done, but no one else did.
Yeah.
None of my friends, none of my family, God.
You see, this is the interesting thing, because as a couple, obviously, you kind of get to share that. You as a single lady, obviously, it's a very different feeling. So it's interesting. So I remember when we first went, we were almost like floating.
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah, you do, and as a couple, you do have that. Decanting of the evening and the description, and did you see this, and did you see that, her or them, or that, oh my God, did you see that?
We've had a few of those.
Yeah, it's what you just. And as a single, that's the hardest point. And that is what's quite nice, to be able to have maybe a chat I chat with the foxes quite a lot, and that's lovely because I know them. I've walked into their world and see them develop, and that's just lovely. But it's also someone I can connect with and chat with, because otherwise I don't have that. And that's the hardest point about being single.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons we so wanted something like the Discord environment, so that single people have got other people that they can go, oh, did you see such and such on Saturday night or Friday night?
Yeah, it is. And it's, breakfast at the special hotel and things. It's just so nice to be able to sort of offload that information.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, single, you kind of...
No, and especially if you are, you're not sort of out there with friends and family, which a lot of people aren't. It's not something you can suddenly go, oh, guess what I did last night? Mm. So that is really difficult. So did you feel after you came to the club that night, did you feel that it changed you in any way?
Oh my God, it was very empowering. So empowering. So empowering to be able to walk into a place after the life that I'd had for the last 15, 20 years, to be able to go, okay, this is fun. I like this. I don't need clothes to hide behind. I don't need people to hide behind. I can start to find myself again in this world. And that's what it's about. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
That's quite a powerful statement, to say that you find yourself. That's really quite a powerful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially being single, you've not hidden behind, but you've had someone else to hold your hand. Sometimes you get to those stages that... No, you go first. I don't want to go first because I'm too shy. You start to develop those sort of insecurities, I suppose, in your life. And when you're single, you have to find your big girl's pants and go and do things that you used to have someone to hold your hand to help you.
Yeah.
You might have been the stronger character in that relationship, but there was always someone to back you up, someone always to support you. But now you've got to make decisions on your own, and it's just like it's hard work.
Have you gone to any sort of vanilla Muggle world events, and have you felt any difference in your confidence because you've gone? I mean, obviously you're a regular now at Libs, and you're part of the furniture.
Oh God, don't.
But has it? Do you feel different when you go to sort of normal vanilla events and things? Do you feel different at all since you've been in the naughty hobby?
Oh God, I mean, nothing phases me now. Really, honestly, it's just like it just developed a whole new persona about myself. If I haven't been to Libs for a while and I've been there and I suddenly come back and I go, right, okay, and we're off and we're gonna do this, and nothing really phases me. I've got so much more confidence in my own ability, how I look. Obviously, I've had another birthday and got older, and those things do rack on your brain. But people are so appreciative of, straightening your crown, and they're just beautiful. And it's every time I go out, everyone's like, appreciate what I look like. Oh my God, you look really well. And I think that's because I've got the confidence in me. I don't have to hide anymore.
Do you think it gives you a type of almost like a bit of an inner peace in a way?
Yeah, inner peace and outer aura of going, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's almost a celebration of sexuality, isn't it? When whoever it is, when we all walk into the club environment, into one of our parties, it's like you said. I mean, there's a couple of key things there. It's like a safety thing that you're in a safe environment, but it's also at times quite a sexually charged environment, not in a scary way, but it's a sexy environment. So you, like you said, you can have an alternate persona.
Mm.
Oh God, it's the sexual charged energy. Okay, we all know what we're there for, but we're not going to do it with each other, maybe. But we're all there for the same sort of reason, because we've all got a like interest.
Yeah.
No one is going to criticise us. No one is just going to have a bad word, a negative word. It's all positive energy. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. Everyone is just a beautiful soul that goes there. And that's what's so attractive about it. You know, you can walk into a local Muggle World pub, and people turn their eyes on you.
Mm.
And I used to be a very shy child. I know. Don't laugh.
Have we rang the wrong number?
I never used to say boo to a goose as a young teenager. I never used to say boo to a goose. And somewhere along the line that changed. And I'm all very flamboyant. If we go to a local pub, and I go for a band that I'm supporting and no one's dancing, I'll go dancing. I've always got that kind of energy. And then to come to a club and still to be able to have that, and for people to actually stand there and applaud me. Thank you.
Yes. Now we must share this with our dear listener. I hope the dear listener is sitting down, because there was well, it can only kind of be referred to as like sex Olympics on the big bed.
No, please.
And it ended in a big round of applause.
It was literally Fanny Anne and a gentleman
Yes.
were having fun on the big bed by themselves. There was nobody else there.
This was quite in the early hours of the morning.
It was.
Everyone, I think, was just knackered.
Everybody else had just had it, and we was just like.
Looking. And I remember Mr. and Mrs. Foxy on one of the surrounding beds, and there was just this thunderous round of applause.
It was just. Honestly, it was better than any professional porn film. It was just unbelievable, and it deserved a round of applause, my darling. It really did.
Oh, bless you. Yes, I've been congratulated by quite a few on that one.
There's one thing I said to Mr. N. I said, I really wish I could have videoed that, because it was just unbelievable.
Oh, it's in my mental Rolodex. It's stored well and truly in my mental hard drive. I play it back regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you say to yourself, "Oh yeah, I've gone through the Kama Sutra, I've done every position," going, no, trust me, you've not.
You're going to really embarrass me now. It was just awesome.
That was the night the big bed actually came to pieces.
It did, and the poor Miss Foxy was trying to shove it all back together without disturbing you.
And a helping reach round.
Yes.
It was with some vigour.
Let's say. So I'm interested, Fanny Anne, because it's like a lot of people that we've spoken to that have come into the naughty hobby, they have a list of things that they want to achieve or things they'd like to try. Do you have a list?
Everything. Everything. Anything and everything, to be honest.
Wow.
See, that's where the name comes from. Is there anything that you don't want to do on the list? Yes, sweet Fanny Anne.
See? Now I know why I found the name.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but life is for exploring. Life is for fun. It's not to be stuck in a drawer and hidden behind a curtain going, I wish I could do. Go and do it. If you didn't like it, try it again for the second time. If you didn't like it again, forget it.
Yeah.
So, have you kind of spread your wings? Have you gone to other places?
He said wings, darling.
I didn't say wings.
Last weekend I went to Bristol Gardens.
Okay.
And fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Bristol Gardens down in Brighton is spa. It's a spa area. So quite a small foyer as you walk in. Lovely little receptionist that was on there. You walk through and immediately you've got lockers. So you change down into your towel. Yeah. Nothing else. No shoes, just a towel. You go through
kind of what you call just a straight dress down club, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's spa. You don't need anything else. You go through and then you've got a relaxing sort of like TV room. Not very big, bit like a small lounge of your own. Go through again and then you've got sort of a restroom. So you've got the receptionist doing her double duties of teas and coffees or soft drinks, or you can get snacks, sandwiches, salads, a seating area, chill out room and water. And then you go either upstairs or downstairs. Downstairs you will go then into the spa area. So it's all sort of like your Roman baths.
Oh.
With little blue and white tiles on the walls.
That's nice. That sounds nice.
It is lovely.
It sounds it.
You're sort of greeted with a pool, a small swimming pool, but it actually has a flow sort of system, so you can actually swim against the tide. So if you wanted to do a bit of swimming, you can. It's quite chilly, but it's lovely. Mm-hmm. Off there, you've got steam rooms. There's a small jacuzzi, probably seat 6 or so. Comfortably,
yeah.
And then there's a couple of other steam rooms, showers, and tight little sort of like little hot tub things that are up to 40 degrees. So there's 2 of those, but there's only like maybe 3 in there maximum. And then upstairs there's restrooms, lots of different restrooms. So individual rooms where you can go and play, or an open bigger room.
Okay.
And then further upstairs, you've got like the sun terrace, so you've got an indoor and an outdoor.
So do the rooms have sort of beds or?
Yes, so the rooms have got sort of a leather, either white or black leather beds.
Nice.
Easy to take down and play in. Lockable doors, but they are open from top to bottom, so not completely silent. And there is a corridor, which is a thoroughfare, so you can hear a bit of padding around. So it's not quiet.
But you shouldn't be concentrating on that if your mind is elsewhere anyway.
Yes, it all depends. I think for a trial, it was great fun to see, and I'd like to go back. I'd like to go back and do more. So yeah,
it sounds really, really nice.
It's fabulous.
I'm especially excited about the food part of it, though, I have to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's they do their own salads, and it's just snack bars, but it's not expensive.
It's food. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. It's lovely, and it's just lovely. There's easy on-street parking, and down the road there's a great place called Marmalade, and it does teas, coffees, homemade salads, and everything else. So that's really cool as well.
Talking of food, we've just announced all our dates for 2024 for our V2V parties, and we have got a special one next September, which has just been added.
Oh. So
September the 14th, 2024, it is National Cream-Filled Donut Day.
Sorry. I have a play partner that we like cream donuts.
I'm quite partial to one myself, lovely.
The minute Mrs. N heard this, she's like, we're having a party then.
Fabulous.
So we've got pink, what's it called? Pink Treats Party.
No, Sweet Treats.
Sweet Treats, that's
Pink
it.
Party.
Sweet Treats Pink Party on Saturday the 14th of September.
Yes.
2024.
Yeah.
How do you dress for that?
So yeah, pink, anything pink.
Perfect.
Yes,
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to that. So I want to know, honey, from when you first came to the club that first night to where we are now, which is pretty much a year on.
Yeah.
How would you say your life has changed?
Twofold, absolute twofold. Obviously, it was an initiation to Fab. So coming to your party, I needed to have a Fab account to be able to come into Lips. The night before, I set up my Fab account, and it exploded.
I can imagine.
It absolutely exploded.
Was that yeah, I was going to say, was that a bit of a shock? You're not quite expecting that to happen?
Right. I know I've had attraction over the years for me as a person and who I was. But yeah, it was just, at one point I had over 300 messages on them.
Wow.
And, being a polite person, it's lovely to try and say, yes, maybe, whatever. But because you don't know who you're going to miss. And that's what my thought process was initially. You can't trace that. And you feel sorry for the single guys because, from listening to the podcast, from reading information, from knowing guys that have come to the single events, it's really hard for them. So I appreciate trying to say yes or no.
Yeah.
This is a golden opportunity. Obviously, you're a very popular lady, Fanny Anne. So I've got to ask you, what do you look for in a single male's profile?
Not a cockpick immediately, please.
A cockpick? Are you a fucking...
No, she said not a cockpick.
Not a cockpick, okay.
Not immediately.
Not immediately.
You have to warm up to that.
I mean, come on.
So do you like a nice suited, booted pic, maybe just a body suited?
Suited, maybe booted, torso, bit of arm, some imagination.
Bit of arm, I like that. I like guys' arms.
I like a good forearm, something strong.
Okay. Do you like perhaps if they're into a certain type of music, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so just a bit of description rather than the fact of I'll fill in later.
Yeah.
We get quite a few of those.
And that literally is like, I've got no idea, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing, isn't it? If you're taking the time to read somebody's profile and give them the time that you think that they deserve, if they cannot be bothered to put that effort in, how are they going to expect single ladies or, couples or whatever to go, all right then, well, I'll take the time to read it and give it a fair go? It's laziness. I mean, if they're lazy doing that, then how are they going to treat you? Yes.
Is it just going to go straight in for the hellfire and off we go, or what? They might have written a larger caption into the meet and greet, but is that copy and paste? Is that same again?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just being a real initiation of like, holy crap!
Yeah.
What the fuck is out there? Honest to God.
Do you think you've found? Just basically going on what you've said about, whether people, they literally just want a quick shag. For me, being in the naughty hobby, one thing that I've learnt more than anything is, I mean, the sex is great fun. It is really good fun. But sometimes it's not just about somebody sticking the dick in you. You almost want more than that. And I'm not talking like relationship or feelings or anything. No. But
sensual play. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God. Exactly. It's like, it's a full experience, isn't it? It's not just a quick moment of, well, there you go, I'm done, thanks very much.
I've met so many different characters, and it's not one ideal shape, size, person that I'm looking for. I just love meeting people. I love meeting people. I find people so interesting. That's what I want to meet. And okay, the physical attraction, face, body does help. And I've learnt so much more about the sensual play. Oh my God, I can happily have 6 hours of sensual play, and I don't have to have a cock in me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
One thing as well, I think we're just discovering, to people who don't understand how clubs work and how the naughty hobby works as a whole, if you go to somewhere like Liberty Elite, you still don't know what's going to happen. And so Last week we did a whole episode on kind of the build up. We met this fabulous couple, and we did. And you still don't know what's going to happen. So you can still meet really exciting people in the bar and lounge area of Liberty Elite, and you still don't know if that will progress to a playroom. It's still that excitement, isn't it, of being like a teenager and not knowing what's going to happen.
Absolutely. And it's just, and that's what's I think is the attraction of coming back time and time again. You might have someone that you regularly play with or that you know of, but what else might be there? So your VV events are obviously highly exciting for me because I'm single female.
Yeah.
So, they're the Vegas Vixens, for anybody that doesn't know, where we play naughty roulette.
Oh, yes, and I seem to remember, Fanny Anne, our very, very first V to V.
No, VV, Vegas Vixens.
Not V to, yes.
So we've got Vanilla to Vixen and Vegas Vixens.
Even I get confused, but our very first Vegas Vixens, you won one of the prizes, didn't you?
Yes, I did. My double-ended dildo. She's wonderful. And thoroughly used, thank you. And thank you for that opportunity. Can't wait.
Oh, no. Thank you for the demonstration.
I was just going to say, I believe that there was a moment where yourself and Miss Foxy were enjoying Mr. Foxy.
Oh,
and the double-ended dildo, and it was a sight to behold.
I can tell you, my mental hard drive was full again that night.
Somebody call that your wank bank, but yes.
But the thing is, you can go to a club and you can see all this kind of like unfold and develop, even if you're not involved in it yourself. These are all like memories that you go, holy shit, that's like a life.
In fairness, some of the best nights we've had is literally just watching.
Yeah.
Just watching what happens. And it's just incredibly hot.
The last V to V, I hadn't, because there was lots more newbies, lots more couples, and it's fabulous to watch everything unfold. And it was quite a case that I was not actually initiated into play for the first time, and it was lovely to be able to sit or stand on the sidelines and watch everything else unfold. It was just amazing just having that opportunity and not being thrust into the middle of it, really.
Now, one thing I do need to talk to you about, Mrs. And my reaction to this always makes you giggle. The underwear that you have is phenomenal. And you look, I mean, you remember that one day you came out and I literally, my jaw hit the floor because you just looked stunning.
I think you lost your pork pie.
I think I did. Did you already have a supply of that, or is your? Can
you describe what the item that is burned into your memory?
I remember it being. It was orange, wasn't it? And there was lots of
Dayglow. Was it the Dayglow?
It was
orange?
Dayglow.
I think it was a Dayglow. It was either Dayglow pink or Dayglow yellow. Oh, and I think it was the yellow.
It was the yellow, my lovely. You quite right.
Was that an Anne Summers special or?
No, from the beloved. I think that was an Amazon, actually.
Really?
Ah, okay. Because we get a lot of ladies that just say, where's the best place to go for the underwear?
Shein, Amazon, Temu. I'm trying out Temu now. Anne Summers and Primark. If you go into the upstairs, into Primark, into the underwear, you never know what you find. I've got a beautiful one to come along in.
Excellent.
The highlight of my evening is literally waiting to see Fanny Anne come out in a dress down outfit, because it's just always like, whoa.
That's the most empowering thing. All of this has happened.
So could you have imagined yourself doing that before you came to the club?
No, not to that extreme. I have had a few sexy shots, photographic shots taken, and that helped. but not to be able to go in public and wander around quite happily going.
I suppose that's the big difference, isn't it? I suppose even if you're in a couple and a lady goes and buys sexy lingerie, whatever, it's for the partner. It's primarily just for the partner. Obviously, the lady feels sexy in it herself, but it's still for the partner. Whereas when you put something like that on at the club, it is for yourself, because you're just watching everybody
love it.
But that whole kind of transformation with that empowerment that you feel by wearing something so sexy, and then that just literally it's like an aphrodisiac, because you ooze all that confidence and sexiness, and that just drives people wild.
Of course it does. And it doesn't matter what size or description, short, small, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you put on, that's yours, and you're owning it. And if you own it, you ooze it. It doesn't matter. And that's what I wish to portray on people. Yes, okay, I'm quite a slight little girl. Well, I work hard for that. I work a hard living, and that's mine. You know, some don't like that. But what I have, I show off, and if I can get someone to drop their pork pie, I know I've done my trick.
Mrs. N's melon well and truly rolled off her plate.
It did. It certainly did. And I always think to myself, no, she can't surprise me anymore. And then every time we see you, you do it again.
Just you wait. Just you wait.
I can't.
Don't wait.
The thing is as well, I think what being in a sexual sort of sexy environment like Liberty Elite, where you've got probably anything between 100 to 200 people, is it also shows you, and you can literally see that, like you just said, where you're somebody with a slight figure, and not everybody might be into that, but it shows you that no matter what shape and size you are, there's always people that are interested and sexually attracted to your figure, no matter what figure you have.
Absolutely. And there's no judgment.
That's it.
There's no judgment. You know, people might say, oh my God, look at you. Well, yeah, look at you. You got bigger boobs. I haven't got boobs, man. You know, for years and years and years, I have been almost hunchback because I've been so ashamed I've got no breasts unless I put on 5 stone, you know, and I've been there, that's changed. But in the last year, I've embraced my tiny titties, and I love them.
So do a lot of others.
I was going to say, so a lot of others have, honey.
Again, I have several drawers dedicated in my mental life.
But this is it. I've had to embrace my tiny titties, and it's a thing. I love it.
But how amazing is that? And I always think, especially when, you know, when we're at the club and stuff, and I see other women, and, you know, because we've all got our own insecurities about our bodies.
And not just women, men as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course I do.
You know, there's you know, locker room and everything. Guys, there's huge things about the size of guys. you know, it
doesn't matter whether it's your cock, your bicep, your bum, your dick, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an insecurity about their body, and especially in the locker room, you ain't got a chance, because your nose is going to be up someone's fanny or dick or boob or whatever when you change, because it's so tight in there. And if you haven't initiated the embracing your own personal space, forget it. Just crack on.
I just think though, and this is how it makes me feel is when I don't tend to dress down very often, do I?
I think it's lack of time.
More than likely. I mean, to me, I'm just like, nah, I'd rather just be naked.
Yeah, you're beautiful as you come in, so that doesn't matter.
Bless you. But I always think, you know, when I see other people at the club, I look beyond whatever size they are or however big their boobs are or anything else, and I just see them as like, everybody's just beautiful.
For me, I can honestly say, before I started all this monkey business, I would have said that I had a sexual type.
Yeah.
Since going to the club, I've now realised that I'm sexually attracted to all sorts of shapes and sizes, because you look at people and you go, wow, they're really sexy naked. And that's not initially how I probably would have felt years ago before I've had this experience. So I think for me, just personally, my sexual preferences have widened because of it.
Yeah. And also, I was just going to say, but also it's not just I know we have touched on this before, where it's like sometimes you'll meet people at the club that you wouldn't necessarily have thought, yes, I'll talk to them from a photograph.
From a Fab account, yeah.
Yeah. But when you meet them in person and you know, their personality shines through, they become incredibly attractive.
Yes.
And also vice versa. Because you see someone and you go, oh, great, yeah, I'd really like to. Oh, no, maybe not. You're not doing it for me. Because, and that's quite hard, because you suddenly make this connection, and you've seen everything and you've chatted and it's lovely, and you suddenly go, actually, no, that's not going to work for me.
But how do you deal with that? So how do you cope?
It's not, you know, because you've said about it on podcasts before, taking one for the team. You know, how do you take one for the team for yourself?
Yeah.
Do you barrage yourself afterwards?
I think in a club it's easier though, isn't it, to kind of just say, oh, I'm just going for a drink, and kind of just slink away. Whereas if you're on a private meet, this is what I try and tell people time and time again. When often with single guys, they'll go, oh no, I'm not up to that of going to a club. It's always too scary going to a club. And I always reply with, but it's so much easier at a club than it is on a private meet, because you know, you've got that thing of, you can find the chemistry in person, so you can see if you've got sexual chemistry, and if not, even if you've been chatting to someone online, you can there's so many people that you can just kind of drift away and, you know, still enjoy your night.
Yeah, take a curveball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the questions that we get asked so much, and it's usually by newbies. And there was one that was recently, actually, absolutely gorgeous couple that are interested in coming to one of our events, but the lady is particularly worried that if she gets some unwanted attention, how does she deal with it?
It's just polite. It's just like, no, thank you.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
It is as simple as that.
Yeah.
You're lovely, but not mine. And this is what my fab is. You're lovely, but no, thank you. Happy fabbing. Bye.
Yeah.
You know, it's polite, it's direct, and it shouldn't be anything else. You know, you know, what this has taught me is being completely honest. If it's honest and I've offended you, I'm really sorry, but I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There's so many times.
I think it was a conversation with Delicious Debs, where Delicious Debs pointed out that it's actually really a nice thing you're doing by saying no thank you if you don't fancy someone.
Yes.
Because if you say no thank you straight away, they won't follow you around. They won't, you know, persist. They will just say, okay, no problem. And it gives them plenty of time to go and look for somebody, you know, who may be interested in them. And so you are actually doing a kind thing by saying, you know, if they ask you to go to a playroom, or do you want to sort of carry on, go further, by just saying, no thanks, just sexually not my type, you know. And it's actually a nice thing you're doing, rather than just playing along and sort of then they're hanging around you, and it's a waste of a night for two people.
Exactly.
That's just it. But you can have a meaningless fuck at the end of the day and go, oh God, I'm bored. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Rather than just being polite and saying, you're really lovely, but you're just not my type, or not at the moment, or whatever it is. But it's to be honest. And you know, there's so many fish out there in the sea for everyone. Don't do it. Just crack on. Change it. And don't feel embarrassed about it. Don't feel that you have to take one for the team for yourself, or don't feel that you know you're having to be polite. You know, you're being polite by letting them go at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a really good way of looking at it, and good advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've had to drastically learn, because it wasn't there initially, because I wanted to be over polite. Yes, okay, yes, lovely, 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 because I've come into this world.
I think the first few months of me and Mr. N going to the club, I refused to make eye contact with anybody just in case they expected me to.
It's a trait. It's a trait of the Muggle world.
Yeah.
That we have to please everyone.
Yeah.
By not being ourselves. And in that type of environment, that's a big no-no. It's kind of just be yourself, but always be polite, but be yourself. You don't have to sexually give yourself to someone. You just say, no thanks, you're not my type. And that's
that's a hard lesson for me to learn, because that's how I initiated as a young girl.
Yeah.
And I think as we go on doing these episodes of the podcast, we're learning that week after week that the normal Muggle world, especially with women, that women felt pressured all their lives, and then they come into this environment and it's totally different.
It's just being empowered. We're equal at the end of the day. Yes, okay, we're king and everything else, but we're now equal because we actually have a voice. And if you want to go down that, Starbuck or whatever direction, then that's fine. But you're starting to understand that that's what you want and not what you're giving away to. I have my vanilla friends. I have one of them, and she'll say that, but you're giving yourself away to all these people. And I'm just going, not really, because I'm actually demanding what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be 24/7 with anyone. It'd be lovely if I found someone. I'm not getting that wrong. But right now, I'm too busy. And I quite like that, having no one giving me critique that, no, I can't do this, I can't look that way, because that's what I've always had to do.
That statement of you're giving yourself away is quite an interesting one, isn't it? Because that kind of suggests that you're doing it, again, to please other people.
Yeah, not for yourself.
When in effect what you're doing, you're actually going there for your own self-pleasure,
Yeah.
So, again, but it shows what a vanilla mind of a lady thinks. That you're going and giving yourself away. No, that's the actual Muggle mentality. Whereas I can 100%, all the ladies in Liberty Elite, they're actually getting a lot of pleasure there. They're doing it for themselves.
I mean, I remember I've said before, when watched a porn film, and I always used to think that, the woman's only there to please the man. And then it wasn't until we kind of got into the naughty hobby and, I enjoyed certain activities and things and realised, actually, no, it isn't that way at all. That lady is actually getting a lot from what she's doing. And it isn't just one-sided, and she isn't just there to please the man.
But I think for a lot of the women at Liberty Elite, like Fanny Anne says, it's not just the sex.
No.
So it's sexuality and just sex, I think, are two different things. So you can feel sexy, you can get chatted up. It's that whole build-up, and that makes you feel really special. And then, obviously, any actual sexual shenanigans it's just kind of a bonus on top, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. To being single in that sort of environment is it's so immense, because at the end of the day, it's almost like being in a sweet shop. You don't know where to turn. Which bit of candy do you want first?
Well, I have to be honest, I know how greedy you are, Mrs.
No, I'm not. I'm good. Shush, don't tell everyone.
Like all of us in our vanilla world, where we have to work and everything else, and sometimes life can get difficult and situations can get difficult. I know for myself and Mr. N, being in the naughty hobby is such an escape, and it almost helps you to deal with those situations in your Muggle life. Do you feel that that's helped you as well?
Yeah, because it's not escapism, but it almost is. It's because you put on a different person. You've left the outside world at home, especially when you come into Libs. It's done. You forget. That's it. And the night is yours. And it's just so enjoyable, because everyone's there for the right intentions, right mind. We're a big family. We look after each other, and it's just lovely, you know. And I want to explore more clubs. I've done Hellfire, I've done Bristol Gardens, I've done Libs, and there's more I want to do. You know, being on the south coast is a little bit more different from being in the north. And I tell you, the humour and being in the north is just lovely.
So how would you describe the differences between northern clubs and the southern clubs?
Southern clubs are good, and I've got quite a few invites to go back to Bristol Gardens, but it's just the actual humour of people. In Northern, you're just very much more laid back, more jovial, and it was so up our own arses down here. Honestly. You know, and that's Muggle world, let alone everything else. And it's lovely to be able to have that freedom. I just wish the journey was a bit easier sometimes.
Yeah. But then I suppose if you know, you have almost like the pot of gold at the end of the journey, it kind of makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to make our podcasts a bit longer for you to listen to on the way down.
Yes, please. Yeah, that's good. It's good. Yeah, the pot of gold of when I get there. Oh my man. Yeah, just been eye-opening, fantastic, absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough for introducing me into the world, holding my hand in many occasions. And yeah, it's just been brilliant.
Well, we feel incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to meet you and now call you one of our closest friends.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Because we absolutely adore you, and we are still so in awe of what you've achieved and what you do, and how the hell you keep going for so long. Your stamina is just beyond anything I've ever seen. Even the young guys have trouble keeping up with you.
Yeah, there's been a few that have had to walk away.
I know.
I'd like, again, because I think having such an attractive and popular single lady on the show, have you got words of advice out for the young guys, okay, that are listening to this and they're thinking, okay, you've persuaded me, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to go for a club. The big fear often with single guys is that they fear that they're just going to stand there and feel awkward. But what they don't realise is it's not like a pub where you go with several mates. You do go there solitary on your own, because you go in there to mix with other people. You go in there to chat with people you don't know. You are going solitary, you know, for a reason. So how do you act when you're in a club? If you're a single guy, what do you look for, Fanny Anne, in a single guy when you're at a club?
Be yourself. Don't be anything else. It's scary, but we also have to start somewhere. Join the chat group, join Discord, try and just maybe have a DM with someone. And if there's other guys, chat with them, that's fine. Just see how they're feeling. But most of all, just relax. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. Maybe start doing a couple of star jumps in the toilets. I don't know.
Isn't it? That's the thing. Within the community, there's always people there that you can, if you say, I'm brand new, you know, this is my first time, there's always people there that will help and offer advice. And
I remember standing in the queue on my first time going, hi, I'm brand new to this. It was my birthday, or it's my birthday. I've come on my own. And everyone just went, what? And I went, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I've said too much. But because I put it out there, I spoke it, I didn't fester on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak to someone. You don't have to stand at the bar on your own. We all have to put on a big brave pants. And that's what life is. So just go and embrace it and enjoy it. You've made the biggest step. You went to the club. So enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we do always say, especially to newbies that come to our events, it's like, you've done the hard bit, and that was literally just walking through the door.
Absolutely.
The rest of it is a breeze after that.
It's making that decision, isn't it? And there's so many frustrated people. And I think as well, I think the world would be a lot happier. There's so many. I think Miss Foxy said something a few weeks ago on the podcast where she said herself she was so judgmental until she actually came in and like she said, she's a lot happier, and therefore you just lose your judgment.
You lose your judgment. I mean, she's spoken about the jealousy.
Yeah.
God, gosh, the jealousy of being a single female. Because other ones have got a couple.
Really?
Yeah, massively. That's been a turning point for me to be understanding that, jealous because you've got someone to converse with at the end of the night, go home with someone. So if you've had a good night or if you've not had a good night, you can still go home and have sex with your bestie or your partner. We don't.
Yeah.
And that's been a real sort of eye-opener. And also for the fact of a jealousy. Oh, right, so, yeah, they've gone off and played with someone else. That means they don't want you?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not the case. And I've had to reel that thought in and have the understanding that the case of we all are developing. We're all on the journey of whatever it is, and it opens up new corridors, new doors, new experiences, and you have to let everyone be free.
That's really interesting, because obviously when we've talked about jealousy before, we've always talked about it, like Miss Foxy said, like as you are in a couple.
Within partners, within relationships, whereas we've never actually talked about the jealousy of a single person standing there going, wow, that couple's got an extra dynamic that I've not got.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've gone off, or they might have played with you before and you've done that, but now they've gone off in a 4 or a 6 and they don't want you. That's how your head can go.
Yeah.
And you have to go, nope, they're having fun. So you've got to find a different space. You've got to find a different entertainment for you because, I'm still new to this. And, what was your almost guaranteed go-to has changed.
Yeah.
So how have you managed to sort of change your mindset about that side of it, and sort of try and
give myself a bit of a talking to, and just sort of say that this is my journey. This is mine. There's so much out here for me. What do I fancy tonight? Where am I going to be? What's fun and what's different out there for me to try?
Yeah, so it's almost like turning the tables on the jealousy, isn't it? Saying rather than you saying I'm missing out on this, you're now saying, okay, well, what do I want?
I'm free. I'm free. I'm free to go out and see what else is out there tonight.
Absolutely. What else can I try? Is there a different person to play with? Is there a different couple? Have I overlooked someone else? Is there a different playroom to play with? Or do I want to just stand there and watch and take it all in for a change?
Yeah.
I don't have to play. It's great, but, that's not always the intention.
I have to ask you as well, this is one, we're kind of getting close to time, but I have to ask you this question. Does any particular moment stand out as your best thing ever?
I suppose being that person that is more the exhibitionist now. There's been quite a few. There's been the scorecard. Mr. Saucy will know about this one. So Mr. Saucy and obviously the first bed we've talked about, and they had scorecards up for dismount. That was quite fun.
I remember that.
Obviously playing with Mr. and Mrs. Foxy, and we were both illuminated in our underwear and playing with Mr. Foxy. That was fantastic. And however, obviously having the massive audience watching the epic sex session and me jumping on the bed going, I'm still alive. I can still do this.
So you actually kind of discovered you really like that exhibitionism.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, I came from a child that wouldn't say boo to goose. I love being that exhibitionist.
And you are, I can promise you are absolutely celebrated for it.
Yes.
People just are in awe of your courage, as I say, because many people know your story of that you just came, a long journey on your own and just wandered into the club. And obviously it wasn't just wandering, I exaggerate a little bit there, but it was books and everything, but it's just a whole package that you are. It's a wonderful, sexy, beautiful package of the person that you are. And people do definitely celebrate you for being you.
Oh, bless. I'm embarrassed.
But it's true.
But I'm just me. I see nothing else. I'm just me.
You don't need to be embarrassed, my lovely. You wear that crown.
Yeah, but if people don't like me or don't agree with who I am, well, okay, turn around, walk away, and go and find someone else to talk to because I'm not interested. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
but that's what's wonderful, isn't it? That, like you said, it's all positive energy, and you just don't get that negative energy inside the club. But then when you return to the real world, the muggle world outside, and like you say, you do face sometimes negative reactions from people.
So much.
I myself, I don't have time for it anymore.
This is it. Why waste the rest of your life? You've still got life to live.
Yeah.
Live it. Why stop being grumpy and miserable? You can do that when you're really old. Not now. Time's to be celebrated, have fun, enjoy. If not, move on, find something else.
I think that is the best advice that anybody can give.
Yeah.
I think your whole attitude is just absolutely wonderful. You are just such a value to our parties. We always look forward to seeing you. And I know so many people do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I just love them. I love it. And I love being there. I love being part of it. If I can help out anyone, I will. In any way, obviously. But yeah, it's just beautiful because I can be me.
Beautiful.
And I love it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It's been really, really good talking to you.
It has. It's been lovely for you to just be able to tell your side. And we just want everybody to be able to share in the loveliness that is Fanny Anne.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Blushing now.
And at last I know where that name came from.
Yeah, I just kind of went, oh, that'll do. Here we go.
So we will be seeing you at the next Vegas Vixens, won't we? Which is going to be on the Friday, the 1st of December.
Next Friday.
We are starting off the Christmas countdown, aren't we?
Yeah, we have got December the 1st.
Yeah.
It's the big one, the start of the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And we've got a really special game that Delicious Debs is going to be playing.
And the wonderful Tina Von Teese.
Yes. Oh, yes, we've got Tina Von Teese.
Bruce's Babies we've got.
Bruce's Babies. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be absolute bedlam.
Love it. Well, likewise, you need me. I'll help out where I can.
Oh,
we will definitely
awesome.
hold you to that, my lovely.
So if anyone's listening and you want to come to Vegas Vixens, we have single ladies, we have couples, and we have a limited amount of single guys. Obviously, we have to kind of ration it out so we've got similar numbers to make it the best kind of party it can be. And if you want to join us, you can simply join us with an account on Fab Swingers. You can send us a message. We are Naughty Couple, NAUGHTYCP1. Send us a message. Say you want to come to Vegas Vixens, which is at Liberty Elite on Friday, the 1st of December.
It is. And don't worry, if you are a single guy and you've not got any verifications, just ping us a message and we can do a video verification with you.
If you get single guys that say they're coming and then don't come, And then it takes a place up for somebody that could have come, which is really, really annoying. So please only send us a message if you are serious and like Fanny Anne, you're at that moment in your mind where you're going, no, fuck this, I am coming.
And we must let everybody know that you have to be on the guest list.
Yeah, it is guest list only parties.
It is. And we'd
Vixens.
hate for you to have had a long journey and turn up and be turned away.
Even if you are a member of Liberty Elite, you've still got to be on the guest list.
Yes.
So ping us a message on Fab Swingers or send us an email to naughty couple, naughtcp1@yahoo.com. Send us an email. All our how to contact us is on the programme notes, as it is every week. Send us an email, send us a message on Fab Swingers, and just get yourself to a party.
And not only that, but you'll get to meet the fabulous Fanny Anne.
You will.
That's me.
And if you're a newcomer, you might even get a tour of the club. She might even give you the tour of the club.
I'm blushing terribly now.
Fanny Anne, I have to ask, do you do the whole hand sort of... You know when you're on an aeroplane... And
I was literally just thinking the same thing then.
Do you kind of gesture towards the hot tub in a sexual way?
Oh, I could do. I might show a leg or two.
Now there's an incentive.
Well, most of the time they're in the air anyhow, aren't they?
Oh, true. I was trying to build the mystery then.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The chandeliers, of course.
I've just returned to a place in my mental hard drive.
Oh, God, she's off again. I'm going to have to go and get my tissue.
Thank you so much for your time today. And
it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to spend this quality time chatting, my lovely.
You're welcome.
And I really do think your story inspires any single ladies and single guys out there. Life is too short. Just do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just go on and do it. And without you two, I won't be here anyhow. So thank you.
Now I'm blushing.
Thank you.
And we will see you next Friday.
Can't wait. So excited.
Take care.
Take care, my darling.
Bye-bye.